Paris 2024 wasn't just the Olympics. It was a collection of moments so surreal, so breathtaking, so emotionally explosive, that they stopped the world of photo that defied gravity, a finish line decided by 5,000ths of a second, a bow that brought millions to tears, and a group of women who literally danced underwater like they were moonwalking on the ocean floor. This wasn't sport, this was cinema written in real time. So today we're counting down the top 10 most unbelievable moments that made Paris 2024 one of the greatest Olympic Games in history. And trust me, some of these will make you question if you're watching reality or a Hollywood blockbuster. Let's dive in. Number 10, the photo that broke the internet. Gabriel Medina's gravity-defying moment Tahiti massive waves. One surfer, one photographer, one impossible moment. Brazilian surfing legend Gabriel Medina caught a monster barrel wave, and when he launched off the back, photographer Jerome Bruyere captured the photo of the entire Olympics Medina frozen mid-air, pointing to the sky. His surfboard hovering perfectly parallel beside him. No wires, no editing, pure magic. The shot earned him a 9.90, the highest single wave score in Olympic surfing history. But the photo, it became a global phenomenon. Over 9 million likes on Instagram, tattooed on arms, turned into memes, named one of Time Magazine's top 100 photos of 2024. This wasn't just a surfing moment, it was art captured in a fraction of a second. Number 9. China's 16-year-old adorably discovers medal-biting tradition. Sometimes the purest moments aren't about winning, they're about innocence. Chinese gymnast Zhou Yaqin won silver on the balance beam at just 16 years old. When she stepped onto the podium, she watched the other medalists bite their medals for photos. Her face lit up with surprise. She had no idea this was a thing, so naturally she tried it herself. The internet lost it. Millions called it the cutest moment of the Olympics. In a games filled with pressure, politics, and performance, this tiny moment reminded everyone, sometimes joy is just discovering something new. Number 8, the underwater moonwalk artistic swimming goes viral. You've heard of Michael Jackson's moonwalk, but have you ever seen it underwater? The US artistic swimming team shocked the world with a routine set to Smooth Criminal. And yes, they literally moonwalked underwater. Graceful, synchronized, impossible to look away from. The video went instantly viral, racking up millions of views in hours. People couldn't believe what they were seeing. How is this even physically possible? This is the coolest thing I've ever seen at the Olympics. Sometimes, the most memorable moments aren't about medals, they're about creativity that makes you say, wait, what? Number 7, the fastest photo finish in Olympic history. Noah Lyles by 0.005 seconds, the men's 100-meter final 8 of the fastest humans on Earth. One race that came down to a margin so small, even the sprinters didn't know who won. Noah Lyles started in last place after 40 meters, but in true Hollywood fashion, he roared back, crossing the finish line in 9.784 seconds. Jamaica's Keishane Thompson? 9.789 seconds. The difference? 0.005 of a second. For nearly 30 seconds, nobody knew who won. The stadium held its breath. Then Lyles' name flashed on the board. He screamed, ripped off his bib, draped himself in the American flag. I just did this against the best of the best, on the biggest stage, with the biggest pressure, he said. It was the closest men's 100 meters in Olympic history since 1980. Number 6, Simone Biles, Jordan Chiles, and the bow heard around the world. The women's floor exercise final was supposed to be about who won, but it became about something far more powerful: respect. Brazil's Rebeca Andrade delivered a flawless routine, finally beating Simone Biles to take gold. As Andrade stepped onto the top of the podium, Biles and Jordan Chiles, silver and bronze, did something extraordinary. They bowed, both of them together. Andrade, visibly emotional, reached for their hands. It wasn't just sportsmanship, it was sisterhood. It was history. It was the first all-black gymnastics podium in Olympic history. She's queen, Biles said afterward. It was just the right thing to do. That moment, 3 black women honoring each other on the world's biggest stage became one of the most iconic images of Paris 2024. Number 5, Steven Nedorosik, the Clark Kent of pommel horse. Picture this. A gymnast sits calmly, eyes closed, looking like he's taking a mid-competition nap. Then, when his event is called, he takes off his glasses, steps up to the pommel horse, and delivers perfection. That's Steven Nedorosik, and the internet crowned him Pommel Horse Guy. The 25-year-old specialist helped Team USA win its first men's gymnastics team gold in 16 years. But what made him go viral wasn't just his skills, it was the vibe. He looked like Clark Kent transforming into Superman. Chill, unbothered, then boom, superhero mode. Social media exploded with memes, edits, and fan art. Proof that you don't need to scream and flex to be legendary sometimes. You just need glasses and pommel horse magic. Number 4. LeBron James becomes George Washington, the opening ceremony. Rain-pouring athletes floating down the Seine River. And there, holding the American flag at the front of Team USA's boat, stood LeBron James. The image was iconic white jacket, navy-clad teammates behind him, rain drenching everything, and the internet immediately noticed. He looks exactly like George Washington crossing the Delaware. The comparison went massively viral, side-by-side photos, memes, headlines. It wasn't planned, but it was perfect. LeBron, already a basketball legend, became a symbol of American Olympic history in a single rain-soaked frame. Number 3. Katie Ledecky, the most decorated female Olympian in US history. Some athletes dominate. Katie Ledecky owns the pool. At Paris 2024, she won gold in the 800-meter freestyle for the 4th consecutive Olympics. She added another gold in the 1500 meters, breaking the Olympic record. Silver in the 4x200-meter relay. Bronze in the 400-meter freestyle. That brought her total to 14 Olympic medals, making her the most decorated female US Olympian of all time. But here's what made it legendary. There were photos where Ledecky was so far ahead, the other swimmers weren't even in the frame. Not close, not visible, just gone. That's not just winning, that's rewriting what dominance looks like. Number 2. Cindy Ngamba, the refugee team's first ever medal. Not every hero represents a country, some represent hope itself. Cindy Ngamba, a boxer from Cameroon, now living in the UK, competed for the refugee Olympic team. And in Paris, she made history. Bronze medal, women's middleweight boxing, the refugee team's first ever Olympic medal. When she won, she didn't just celebrate, she cried, she collapsed. She carried the weight of millions of displaced people on her shoulders. This is for everyone who's had to fight just to belong, she said. It wasn't just about boxing, it was about proving that even when the world tells you that you don't have a home, you can still stand on that podium. Number 1. Kristen Faulkner, from Wall Street to Olympic gold. Here's a story that sounds like fiction. Kristen Faulkner was a venture capitalist, a businesswoman, living a comfortable life in Silicon Valley finance. But in 2021, at age 31, she walked away from it all. Why? To chase a dream, becoming an Olympic cyclist. 3 years later, she wasn't just at the Olympics. She won gold, women's road race, the first American to win that event in 40 years. When she crossed the finish line, she couldn't process what just happened. Pure disbelief, pure emotion. The commentators were in shock. She left everything behind for this moment, and it worked. People don't do this. They don't abandon careers at 31 to chase Olympic gold. But Kristen Faulkner did, and she proved that sometimes. The craziest dream is the one worth chasing. Paris 2024 reminded us why we love the Olympics. Not just for the gold medals, but for the moments that make us feel something. A photo that defied physics, a bow that honored greatness, a woman who left Wall Street and became a champion. Which moment hit you the hardest? Drop it in the comments, like this video of Paris left you speechless. Share it with someone who loves sports as much as you do. And subscribe, because the greatest stories don't come from Hollywood. They come from moments like these. Thanks for watching. Stay inspired. Stay legendary.